When you're talking about bait eaters, what do you really look for? Like, you pull up to the lake, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go chase the minnow eaters, the bait eaters. Where are you going to go look in the lake?
You can't really go wrong. They could literally be anywhere in the lake. That's what's kind of overwhelming about it. But probably the best starting point is going to be like at the mouth of creeks. So if you start at the mouth of some major creeks, regardless of what lake you're on, you could be at Dale Hollow, you could be Watts Bar, Chickamauga, Gunnersville. If you look at the mouth, like where the main river meets the creek, somewhere in that zone, say a couple 100 yards either direction, there's probably going to be some bait and probably going to be some bass. So that's always a good place to start, is just the mouth of any major creek.
Definitely.
And you're kind of looking for those fish that are the bait and the bass that are transitioning to the back of the creek, or just looking for that bait fish in that area. So that's always just a great place to start.
Definitely. And then do you kind of look more in like you hear a lot of people talking about on the TV, they're in the creek channels. They get out in the creek channels. Do you kind of follow those back in the creek? And all right, if they're not at the front, at the point, I'm going to go back in this creek. Or do you go out? Is that kind of why you start at the point?
Yeah, that's kind of the starting point. If you start at like the mouth of the creek, and then you can go either direction. You can follow the creek channel into the creek. You can go out. And you never really know if they're going to be, say, in the middle of the creek or more along the shoreline, on the structure, on the points. Seems like every lake sets up a little different on that. So it's kind of just figuring out the nuances of that fishery and that lake.
Totally.
But
you would say like they move around. Like these fish probably move more than any other fish during this time of year. Right?
They're swimming. Yeah, they're swimming around and they're looking for food. And if the food's not there, they're going to keep swimming until they find it.